we all understand that if we eat a diet rich in whole foods, all these healthy foods from berries and other fruits and vegetables that are good for our brains, it can improve brain health and cognitive function. But what can we do aside from diet that will improve our cognition and overall brain health? Happy Wend Wellness and happy Saturday. So, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, also known as BDNF, it's like fertilizer for your brain. It promotes the growth, maintenance, and maturation of neurons, that is brain cells. It's involved in neuroplasticity, creating new connections in the brain, and it's essential for learning and memory. So we can increase BDNF in a few different ways. One way is exercise. Exercise is the way that we can increase BDNF more so than any other form of something not involving food. From calorie restriction to intermittent fasting, right? So exercise also increases autophagy. Autophagy just means self-eating in Latin root, autophagy. And so we can increase that with intermittent fasting, calorie restriction, but again, also exercise. And if you're looking to do it with exercise, 30 minutes into exercise, it begins to happen, does the autophagy, does our brain starting to eat and degrade dysfunctional neurons, dysfunctional mitochondria, replace them with new functional mitochondria, basically revamping the brain, right? Basically cleaning house and adding new functional stuff to benefit our brain health, right? It's interesting because we talk about calorie restriction. Well, I guess before we get into that, 80 minutes into exercise is when autophagy kind of plateaus. So, more than that really isn't going to provide additional benefit in terms of autophagy. And really the number one factor that regulates autophagy in exercise is intensity of exercise. So work out not just for the muscles, work out for your brain, people. How about that? On top of exercise, calorie restriction and intermittent fasting. So how long do I have to fast before I'll produce more BDNF or go through autophagy or even ketosis? About 12 hours ketosis will start, preliminary stages. You talk about autophagy, but the sweet spot for ketosis is 18 to 24 hours. That's when we really vamp up the fat burning, right? And autophagy, there's mixed research all over the place. They really don't know how long you have to fast before you'll start getting into autophagy, but some things say 18 hours, some say 16, but the general consensus is it's probably about 24 hours of fasting before you're going to get into autophagy, and it'll be maximized at about 48 hours, okay? So if you have ever been sick, and like I've been the past few days, I've been recovering pretty well, but you haven't had an appetite, right? You're really not very hungry, and why? Well, it's one defense mechanism and way of dealing with illness is your body going through autophagy, and it promotes recovery and helps to fight viral infections and toxins. But at the same token, getting proper nutrition is also essential for recovery. So, this is not to say that you should try to not eat if you're sick. We'll do a whole video on that, maybe fasting and illness or eating in illness. But something to be said about that. When your body is under stress, it has to adapt. And so when your body hasn't eaten for a long time, or your body is sick, or your body's undergoing high intensity exercise, these healthy forms of stress, calorie restriction in itself will boost BDNF and autophagy. It has to adapt again. If you haven't had food in a day or 2 days, what do you think your body's going to do? It's going to make you more physically, making sure I don't step in dog shit so I keep looking, make you more physically and mentally capable of finding food, right? And so it's going to make you produce new brain cells, new pathways, make everything work more efficiently, improve your learning and your memory, your spatial learning. It's going to produce more BDNF. It's also going to clean house. It's going to, again, efficiency, getting rid of dysfunctional stuff, neurons, in simple, replacing them with new, more functional ones, autophagy, right? And so also physically, your body will need to make you more capable to find food, and so it boosts things like growth hormone, testosterone, but that's not in the scope of this video. Right? So that's what we got for you guys today. Pretty interesting. Also, calorie restriction and intermittent fasting improves recovery from stroke. A pretty well proven fact. Improves spatial learning, neurological recovery, and cognitive improvement in general following a stroke does calorie restriction. So has some real healing effect on the brain. Maybe give it a go. If you're gonna talk to your doctor, ask me some questions. I would be happy to talk with you about it. Let's see who we got on here. Say what's up. And then we're gonna get out of here. You got it, man. What up, Malcolm? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a great day. Oakland Ranch, how you doing? User many numbers. Palm Spring Mike, what's happening? Oakland Ranch, we say user. Mag, what's going on? Mr. Greenwade, Brandon Malone, Nor, Vic Hugo, TQ Universe, Farulizama. How are you guys? Thanks for hopping on. Ali, what's happening? Malcolm Gianella, MLO, Benji Urgi, Crystal, what's going on? That damn chef, how you doing? Maria, Mark and Russell, Nitro Mordap, John Wall, and Holly Drasser. What up, Holly? Hope you're doing well. You guys have a fantastic rest of your Saturday. Edrin, what's going on? Edrington Hunter. And we will definitely see you tomorrow. Grind and Barrett, what's happening? You guys, feel free to post where you're from watching these anytime, Can't really even see me on this, huh? Has it been like that the whole time? We could have had it this way, but you get the view the other way. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Happy Wellness.